In the previous session, we talked about building your cybersecurity strategy and how it starts with an assessment and ends with your desired end state. And in this session, we're going to talk about investing wisely. One of the challenges that we have in the cybersecurity industry is that the marketing teams for security products have been doing a brilliant job. And they're really good at expressing why you should buy their products, why it's important that you do that quickly. If you go to a supermarket and you buy soap, the objective of soap is to keep your hands clean, it's to wash away bacteria. And when you go down that aisle, there are a number of different products that you can choose, ranging from the cheapest to the most expensive, but effectively they all do exactly the same thing. Part of our buying habit is to go to the most luxurious one, and it will be perfumed and it will provide some other things for us, but essentially at the end of the day, it does exactly the same thing. Now we can turn that back to security products. Again, we spoke previously about what we've invested in, what is it we're essentially trying to achieve, and is that the right product for us, that it will achieve that outcome, or do we want to go out and buy a more luxurious, better smelling security product, which at the end of the day will essentially do exactly the same thing. It's not sustainable for businesses to just keep spending money on your security. Investing wisely for organizations is about outcomes, and it's about the outcome that that organization is trying to achieve. One of the things that we see most common with our customers is that they've invested in their security technology. They've invested in people, they've invested in process, but they are not focused on measuring the outcome that they're still trying to achieve. When we conduct the review as part of the cybersecurity assessment, what we look to do is also to capture investments that have already been made, but where they haven't particularly focused on the outcome that they're looking to achieve. So what we see with many organizations is that they're going through some form of digital transformation. So lots of organizations that we see today are moving on to some kind of cloud service, or that they're consuming some kind of SaaS service. What usually comes with that is the opportunity to utilize some of the embedded security that comes with those systems. And often what we see is either those security controls are not configured correctly, they're not enabled, or they're not optimized for that organization. In most part, they will choose to supplement security with another product. And what we find with that is it adds to the complexity of that ongoing management for that organization. It also adds to that complexity in terms of where investment is being spent, because you see it trickling over 3 or 4 different systems. If we're doing this correctly, what we would see is before we do any procurement activity, before we do any investment activity, we would do a gap assessment to understand what we currently have in place today. We would review what its capability is, if we're using that capability, and whether it has the functionality to address what we need it to address. If the answer is no to all of those things, we can then go out to market and look at how we can address that. In most cases, we'll probably find that the answer is yes, and that there is an incremental amount of work that needs to be done, and possibly a smaller amount of investment that needs to be done to utilize what we've already invested in. What we're struggling with is an industry where sales and marketing drives everything, where fear, uncertainty and doubt is what's driving everybody to buy a product and a new product and another product and another product, and this is going to go on forever. There's no correlation between how much you spend and how secure you are. Throwing loads of money at this doesn't fix it. In this session, we learnt about investing wisely. It's important to reiterate before you make any investments that you're very clear about what are the outcomes you're looking to achieve, and ensuring that that product can do that against the existing investments you've made. In the next session, we're going to draw the conclusions and summarize the key lessons from this masterclass.